an amnesty executive order, and he wonders why people are screaming impeach that fraud. 30% of Americans want him impeached. That's nothing. It's all right-wing crackers. They're racists. It's not because he wants to flood America with third worlders. No. It's not because he's spying on every American. No. It's not because he's using the IRS as a Nazi kind of thuggish organization to attack his political enemies. No. It's not because he has no foreign policy whatsoever other than to undermine our allies and support our enemies. No. It's because everyone hates him because of his race. That's all. It is the savage nation. What would you like to talk about? Oh, here's a good soundbite which the guys didn't get from me. I told you to always get Pelosi first. We wouldn't have the 10 commandments if immigrant children like Moses were turned away. That's the crackpot said that one? How does she get away with this? Doesn't anyone in her family take her on the side and say, look, auntie or grandma, can't they say, grandma, you're making a fool of the family name? Earlier in the week, the California Democrats said children should be treated like baby Jesus, the children from Guatemala. Today, Pelosi said these are children coming over the border. They are children. What would we do if Moses had not been accepted by the Pharaoh's family? We would not have the 10 commandments for starters. So she's saying all the children will be like the next Moses? So every one of them is a potential Moses or Einstein. That's very benevolent of her. So how come she doesn't have the same feeling about people who vote Republican? What, every one of the potential children are Nazis? The eyes are bug eyes. These are bug eyes. I mean, combine it with the Botox and the buggy statement. Something's wrong with this picture. Can we please have term limits? I mean, upper age limits on senators and congressmen. It's enough already. Feinstein's about 103 years old. Jerry Brown will be about 90 if he's elected, but 80, I think. Minimum age, 80. Just what we need is an octogenarian in the White House. He's a real front runner against Hillary. That's really makes sense. That's great. By the time he went 80 years old, they'll wheel him into the White House. Okay, what else do we have to say? John McCain, put him out to pasture. Shouldn't there be an upper limit? I would say, like, how old? What do you think the upper limit should be? Okay, let's say 70 is the new 50 today. In some cases, not in all. In some cases, a 70 years old like a 50-year-old was 30 years ago. But in the case of many of these people, 70 is the new 100. Their minds are gone long before their bodies. I mean, between the Botox and the surgery, you can't see what's going on underneath the skull. You can only hear it as it comes out of the lips. What's this now? We have any callers here? None. A zero job. No, it's a full board. I'd rather have music than do any of this. Do you like my NPR equals National Palestinian Radio? That's a good one for the day. That's a good throwaway line. Yes, but keep giving money to NPR during their fundraisers when they play the Guy Lombardo music and Frank Sinatra. I love it. All year long, it's anti-American hatred, anti-Jewish hatred, anti-family hatred, supporting perversion, degeneracy, sickness on the public television, public radio. Then around fundraising time, they bring out the guys with white hair and blue eyes, and they play Guy Lombardo music and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and they offer you sets of their songs from the 1950s, and they expect you to give them money. I just love it. It's just great. You do, and you keep giving them money. Look how nice. Harry, come on and look. They're playing Dean Martin. Should we send them $25? Look at the nice book we get of Dino. The next minute after the fundraising, it's back to hating America, hate the family, hate the church, hate police, hate the military. That's NPR for you. See, if I were president, they wouldn't have 10 cents. I'd make them all pay it back personally. If I became president, first thing I would do, just for fun, not only do I end the funding to NPR, I'd make every one of them go into their kitty and sell their houses and pay back the money they stole for their outrageous salaries. Every broadcaster, every administrator in NPR, National Public Radio, they have to pay back every money they ever took from us. They'd sell their houses and their assets. They have to take their daughter out of college and make her work as a waitress. But, see, that's why I'm not a president. That's why I'm not a president. I'm just a talk show host. It's easy to do these things when you don't have to do them.